You have to start training from day one. You can't be like those stupid girls who only want to marry rich guys. You have to be a bit calculating. He's smart, sweet, he cooks and cleans. He hated it every step of the way. If someone got him now, they'd be so lucky. Before Barry, Britta was the kind of woman who once made her date go to the coat check to get her a pack of cigarettes and ran out the back door with someone else while he wasn't looking. I once called Barry from the top of a mountain in Aspen and cussed him out for 10 minutes because he had another date for New Year's Eve. Of course, it was only a month after we met, but still. Welcome back. My wall-mounted A has fallen during the week. Found it on the floor. It's bent and disgusting. Look at this. Who would want this on their wall now? Yuck. Yeah, that'll do.
The island of Manhattan is a cozy village populated by more than 7 million fascinating individuals.
According to Carrie, the island of Manhattan is populated by more than 7 million individuals. This is approximately true if we include the entire city of New York. It also answers the riddle of the Sphinx. After 35, New York women consistently outnumber the men by a fair margin. A satisfying, concrete answer. Frankly, however many millions of people there may be in New York, they all pale in comparison to Carrie and her new relationship energy with Mr. Big.
I realized that Einstein's law of relativity would have to be amended to include a special set of rules.
Einstein's law of relativity is taken down a peg because obviously we need to make room in the cosmos for Carrie's relationships. After that, I guess it doesn't really matter. Carrie, Mr. Big, Einstein, those are the only important people I can think of right now.
Hi, I'm trying to get hold of a Miss Carrie Bradshaw. She used to be a friend of mine.
Oh, right, Miranda. She's a person. Not necessarily an important one, but a person still. After that wild overestimation of population, we need all the people we can get. Carrie reiterates to Miranda what we already know over her rotary phone, and they organise a dinner with the old gang.
I've become one of those women we hate.
Yes, you have.
They do hate some women. Specifically, what kind of women? For the sake of society, I have to imagine they're referring to obnoxious new couples. Which, in fairness, I'm sick of too. In double fairness, I was sick of it before the episode began. Special credit to Sarah Jessica Parker's acting on this one. The audience can subtly but reliably tell what her character's thinking.
Cardinal sin. I'd forsaken my girlfriends for my new boyfriend. That night, I faced the tribunal.
Let's assume half those glasses are water. I guess a lot has happened between Disc 1 and Disc 2, because dinner is packed with expository dialogue. Miranda, in her capacity as a civil lawyer, has worked on a successful merger. Samantha has worked on the concept of a plan for a new apartment, and Charlotte is practically engaged, presumably to the human, but it's never specified. After all this news, no wonder Miranda's dressed as Huey Lewis.
That's one way to say no.
Michael Conway is from a good New York family, which is presumably code for old money, right up Charlotte's aggressively aspirational alley. Look, if she just admitted it, I'd almost respect her for it. And relative to this show, almost respecting someone is kind of a big deal. While being swarmed with waiters, they all give rave reviews on Michael Conway.
His dog is perfect.
Okay, strong evidence that he's a human. It's unlikely that a dog would have a pet dog. You'd probably diversify, wouldn't you? Oof, don't let them catch you with that pepper grinder, buddy. You'll never live it down.
There is one thing.
Watched over by the tender gaze of Michael Conway, Charlotte and Michael Conway have a blowjob tug-of-war, which is about as charming as it sounds. It's one of the skeevier moments of the show. One of. The poor editor is fighting a losing battle with what I assume is an attempt to edit around this proliferation of waiters.
I hate doing it.
Honey, you can't be serious.
Are you telling us you never perform this act?
She'll juggle, she'll spin plates, but she won't give head.
Carrie, in a welcome return to considering others, advises Charlotte not to do something if she doesn't want to do it. Oh, God, that's the level we're at. Oh, God. Samantha's really gunning for the title of funny one of the group, with a well-timed Me Too sending the table into well-earned giggles.
I only give head to get head.
Me too.
Gold. I'm happy for her. I still have so much to learn. Samantha makes comedy look nonsensically easy.
A few hours and a couple of bottles of Pinot Grigio later.
Okay, Carrie. The local population of servers seems to have stabilised as the gang make their way to the door. In a remarkably impressive straight line, I should add. Samantha notices Mr. Big on what seems to be a date and sends Carrie over there to confirm. A potentially sensitive situation is deftly handled when Carrie goes over, barges in, and drags Mr. Big away to interrogate him about his relationship with this woman. Very occasionally, yes, we cut to the gang eavesdropping behind a partition. Okay? They agree to discuss the issue on Saturday, with Carrie taking the high road by saying it doesn't bother her, before thumping him on the chest in a belly-contained rage.
Rick.
Carrie, did you even talk about being exclusive?
We had never discussed exclusivity.
Look, I understand being disappointed, but let's not escalate this situation into a society-wide problem. Oh, what is that on the desk? Oh, God. Oh no, it's time for our talking heads again. Move over, Stanford. There's a new disposable gay man in town.
My lover and I have a kind of 90s monogamy. We have sex with other people, but we don't exchange fluids or phone numbers. Hello.
Hello indeed.
Hello.
Meanwhile, Samantha's looking for a new apartment. This one is apparently a bit out of her price range, but I don't know how money in this universe works. Who knows what that means? Besides, the real currency is humour, for which Samantha is adequately blessed.
I just want to ask you for one small favor in return.
My firstborn.
Oh, the agent loves it. Everyone loves it. Great. I'm happy. This being a sitcom, the agent has an unusual request.
Promise me that you won't work with any other broker.
Samantha, of course, agrees immediately. I smell a metaphor coming. Either that or this is just the most unprofessional, needy real estate agent that I've ever seen. And that's saying quite a bit. Samantha, of course, is lying through her teeth when she makes this promise and is actively looking around with other brokers.
He gave Samantha the opportunity to combine her two greatest loves.
Nope, it's less about finding an apartment, more about hooking up with this hunk. You know, Samantha, you don't have to employ him to sleep with him. Or maybe you do. Oh, this is a bit dark. Carrie is back with Stanford for a lunch, her choice of words.
Out to lunch.
When Stanford makes the claim that monogamy is defunct, Carrie calls him a whore. It's the kind of relationship that they have, I guess. Stanford has fulfilled his purpose by being overtly in Carrie's company for a few seconds, so it's time to introduce a new character to keep things ticking along.
Hello.
Not this time, old friend. This is Jared, an increasingly successful writer. He also says he reads Carrie's column, so his literary success isn't total. He's also one of the 30 coolest people under 30, a title which would be a lot more impressive if we could trust the statistics in the show. In a twist worthy of a TV show, it's revealed that Jared isn't actually gay, as he clumsily attempts to flirt with Carrie.
You should write about me sometime. My life is so fucked up right now.
He's so smooth, Carrie temporarily forgets what face to make when she's super impressed. I think I've got it all out of my system, but my point, I hope, is well taken. The writers have to be making fun of this guy, right? There's no way anyone legitimately believes this is cool. I hope.
My book just got a kick-ass review in Entertainment Weekly.
I used to get a secret rush from men who hit on me during their 15 minutes of fame. In this case, it merely felt exhausting.
Carrie. After a great try at thoughtfulness, a phone mercifully interrupts Carrie's gestures towards self-reflection. It's Mr. Big, from one of those newfangled car phones that you've read about. Carrie directly addresses the camera, which is odd because not a few seconds ago we had a perfectly functional inner monologue.
It merely felt exhausting.
It's time to escalate and magnify a simple
"I miss you, baby"
into a 3-course meal with Miranda. A good choice because she's eating food a lot less funnily than she used to. They both are, actually. Carrie continues this cycle of exhaustion with a monologue that I can only hope was never intended to be heard by other people.
In that case, what I perceive as his feelings for me may only really be reflected projections of my feelings for him.
What?
Don't act like you're above this, Miranda. You're up to the elbows in this muck.
Hey, guys.
Skippy! Oh, I was wondering where you'd gotten to. I'm happy. Well, it looks like the fires of hell are warming up, because he's coming over to say hello. Skippy's date is Alison. She works at Vogue, where apparently everyone is a big fan of Carrie's column. I have trouble believing that anyone who even works tangentially with writing can be a fan of Carrie's column, but I guess I'm the odd one out this episode. Considering some of the people we've met, I count that as something of a blessing. Miranda's otherwise fruitful evening of deciphering Carrie's relationship babble is in tatters.
Great to see you guys.
Yeah, great meeting you. Too.
The second Alison's back is turned, Miranda starts bashing the shit out of her.
Who was that self-important bitch?
Now that Miranda can't have him, she suddenly wants him. I know self-reflection is verboten lately, but really? Women love a man who keeps his condoms in a key dish, because that night as Skippy is doing whatever this is to Alison, Miranda calls to leave a horrible voice message.
It's Miranda. I just wanted to say it was great running into you today.
Being the catch that he is, Skippy pauses whatever this is to pick up the phone and have a chat. Skippy has a full-blown conversation while flopping around on top of his girlfriend, with the receiver so close that Alison must be able to hear Miranda worming her way back in. Oh, I was so proud of Miranda for putting on that rain slicker and clubbing that seal too. Skippy hangs up the phone and, still less than a hand's width away from his date, explains that he's still in love with Miranda. Alison says what we're all thinking.
You're breaking up with me while you're still inside of me?
There he is. Welcome back, Skippy. At least we didn't waste too much time wondering how they got together. I'm mad at myself for getting my hopes up. I thought he was gone. To compare and contrast, Charlotte is taking Michael Conway for a walk, under the jealous gaze of an ex. They're choosing to have the exclusivity talk while neither is being penetrated. It's a ruthlessly quick scene, the type that I could get used to.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's wearing a little neckerchief. Look at him go. Carrie and Mr. Big are at a party for one of his friends, when a random woman comes up and kisses him on the lips, seemingly to the surprise of everyone. This lippy woman also tells Carrie that she never misses her column, so I guess it's fair part of Carrie's getting kissed too. Carrie feels threatened, despite this woman's obvious deficits in taste. And Mr. Big has her passport for some reason.
Yeah, you know...
Still have my passport.
God, he has a passport. Where's this gonna go? Mr. Big keeps taking losses when the host assumes that Carrie is this Julia he's heard so much about. Knowing Carrie, I'd be excited to meet Julia too. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Carrie's at a party where she doesn't know anyone, except for one guy who has her on rotation seemingly, which is becoming increasingly apparent to even casual observers. Okay, sorry Carrie, I think I'm ready to resume.
Are we dating? I thought we were just sleeping together.
Oh, okay. Carrie's choosing violence, although maybe good for her? It's hard to tell. If Carrie's goal was to make the evening confrontational within 5 minutes of arriving, then she succeeded admirably. The unhappy couple have a hushed doorway argument, including the immortal line,
I'm not doing this here.
Fine.
where I think they break up. I don't know how many dates they've been on, but they're already having doorway arguments at parties. I'd slow motion walk away too. Let's call time and salvage what remains of this evening as we can. This is absolutely the shortest party we've been to so far. We could have almost done this in one take. Carrie wastes no time on the rebound by attending a royalty-free rock concert with a self-affirming nonsense idiom.
When life gets this confusing, sometimes there's only one thing to do. Attend a fabulous party.
She comes across another self-affirming nonsense idiom, Stanford, to whom she gives a flattering version of the breakup. This is thankfully brief, if not at the expense of accuracy.
What happened?
He became predictable.
How predictable.
What? Where'd you get that? And who else is here?
Hey.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, dude. Miranda and Skippy are, meanwhile, proving a point to someone by spooning in the least comfortable position possible for some reason. I guess this position was Skippy's idea, because his entire agenda seems to be making people uncomfortable, this time by being a bit too honest.
I was so happy to hear from you that we were still doing it while I was talking to you, and I didn't even realize it.
No, that's far too honest. Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. One poorly considered bout of self-disclosure at a time. I'm not even sure who to be disappointed in anymore. Me? At least he doesn't tell her about the not showering thing. That would have been an easy breakup right there. Miranda, for some reason, doesn't want to be immediately exclusive with Skippy, to the surprise of no one. Unexpectedly, Skippy grows a spine, albeit in the form of a tantrum. At this point, we'll take what we can get. He realises that what he's looking for and what Miranda can give aren't compatible. Finally, he gets stressed and leaves. It's over. It's finally over. Oh, listen. Oh, I can hear birds. Let's make it 2 in a row, as we go to Charlotte's ill-advised thing. The date is going as well as this show will ever allow, with the human maybe pouring it on a bit thick. Given her reaction, I think Charlotte agrees.
And you're very, very sexy.
Thank you. Thank you.
The date escalates, and after the traditional tug-of-war, Charlotte distinguishes herself in her field by using her words. The conversation goes well, apart from that bit where they discuss the issue. Charlotte asks if he'd be willing to give up a long-term relationship in pursuit of certain acts. When he says that he would, Charlotte takes that as her cue to be outraged, and the two break up on the spot.
Michael was upset, but Butterscotch seemed pleased. She was finally back in her monogamous relationship.
Butterscotch? Who the hell's Butterscotch? Mercifully, Charlotte leaves forever, because I dare say if she returned, we wouldn't be discussing this at all. In this context, Carrie's narration is actually quite, dark. This whole episode has a bit of a theme, doesn't it? Samantha is going to a midnight open house with her hunky real estate agent. There has to be an easier way to have sex with a real estate agent in private. I just can't think of anything. Samantha must really like this guy. Listen to how enthusiastic she sounds.
I love it. I really love it.
Yeah, it's stunning. What is that? Tape? Samantha's needy broker from before barges in with 2 clients in tow, and nothing happens. The trio turn around and leave, so I guess that means Samantha has a new place. I guess the waiter population from that first restaurant spilled over to this venue too. Carrie and Mr. Cool are attempting charm to middling success. Carrie decides to interrupt the attempted repartee to phone Mr. Big to remind him how cool and desirable she is. Mr. Big inexplicably agrees to meet Carrie at 3 in the morning. This is foreshadowing how slow he is to realise that Carrie is drunk and has confused the front and the back of the venue. After the best part of an hour, he finds her waiting at the back of the bar, waiting in some greenery. A fun game to play at 3 in the morning. Carrie decides that the hard work of communication is over, and she can now use vague metaphors to hint at what she wants.
I've done the merry-go-round. I've been through the revolving door. I feel like I met somebody I can stand still with for a minute.
Mr. Big says what we're all thinking.
You dragged me out to a park at 3 in the morning to ask me if I want to stand still with you?
Carrie, you had 45 minutes to think of something better. This is on you. Luckily, Mr. Big is aware of the themes of this episode, as he symbolically stands still with Carrie. This would be a sweet gesture if we hadn't just spent the last 20 minutes learning what a relationship between these two people would look like. Well, that's the episode. I'm happy to report that some of the gang made it out with large swathes of their dignity intact. Samantha, despite her oddly convoluted methods of sleeping with realtors, didn't really do anything too obnoxious this episode, so we'll round her up to a pass. Lying to a real estate agent doesn't count, because who cares? In a refreshing continuation, Charlotte also didn't do anything too objectionable. Despite a bit of sex negativity in her final speech to Michael Conway, nothing really happened outside of an incompatibility. I'd be tempted to say that no one's at fault, but the tug-of-war thing left a bad taste in my mouth, if you'll excuse the expression. Bad, Michael Conway. Very bad. Miranda escapes full condemnation by virtue of not being this episode's narrator, but it's fair to say that this was not her finest 1/3 of an hour. I'm not going to hold her accountable for Skippy's weird and off-putting decisions, but a little bit of self-awareness isn't asking for too much, is it? Skippy, of course, used up the last of my patience with him, but hopefully he's gone now for good. Hopefully that tantrum was the nail in the coffin. Good riddance to that relationship. Hopefully it will never blight the show again. Speaking of tantrums, Carrie's finale was quite the doozy. That weird power play, like calling Mr. Big and getting him to come to her at 3 in the morning, was at best childish. By my count, this is the second episode in a row where Carrie has gotten drunk, picked a fight, only to be talked down by Mr. Big into a reset of the last episode. I'm just sorry that my wall-mounted A had to live to see this day. Barely. Well, it's over.